Namaskar. I wanted to update you with a couple of rulings that have come down from the courts, one from Delhi High Court and one from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court one might actually shock some of you. I wanted to clarify that. I'm not a lawyer, but I can understand some of the sentiments behind what the Supreme Court has passed there. So let's first take up the case of Rana Ayyub. What has been happening? Let me just give you a small slide deck. Before we go there, please like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. So what happened? Delhi High Court ordered an FIR, a First Information Report, against journalist Rana Ayyub on allegations of insulting Hindu deities, spreading of anti-India sentiment, and incitement of religious disharmony. This is not the first time she has been accused of this. I can go back in 2022 when the hijab protests were going. Then when the Hindu students came up in protest against that, she had described the Hindu students as Hindu terrorists. And there was a move to try and file an FIR against her in Karnataka High Court at that point of time also. And before that, she has done some other really bad things. For example, illegally siphoning off up to 2.69 crores after raising funds for COVID, and these 2.69 crores were siphoned off into her personal accounts, her dad and sisters and so on. There are a lot of stories with the, if you look for Rana Ayyub in pgurus.com, you will see all the things. The Enforcement Directorate actually has attached properties worth 1.77 crores of Rana Ayyub in connection with that case. But I don't think that case has reached its logical end, and Rana Ayyub wants to try and play the victim. She'll say, I am from the minority, because I am from the minority and because I am speaking the truth, because I have to say this thing, because she's mostly lying, that the Modi government has it for her. Not only that, she has released a book called Gujarat Files, something similar to Kashmir Files, where of course she's going to try and paint Amit Shah and Narendra Modi as the villains. This is par for the course. So all this stuff now is coming home to roost. She was actually not allowed to fly out. Then she somehow managed to make it to one conference. Again, this was a few years ago. Again, she mouthed a lot of expletives. This is radioactive. That's all I can tell you. These are all those people who had this sense of entitlement that they can get away with whatever. I'm not going to tell you about whatever other things that she has done to get the stories, especially regarding Gujarat. Let's leave it at that. You go to Facebook, you can see a lot of stories there also. Now, this is where things stand. Whether this FIR is going to be registered and what is she that she's going to be acted upon, we'll have to wait and see. I have not seen the original story. I was searching desperately in the web to see what exactly did she say, insulting Hindu deities and causing comments that would cause religious disharmony. What exactly did he say? I did not see that story. So we have given you the background. This person is known for doing some things like this, and that is how this she has landed up here today. The next story is actually very disconcerting for those who might just look at the top headline and say, oh my God, what is going on? So let's take a look at what that story is. Next one, please. Next one, please. Okay, so the Supreme Court refuses to entertain plea against Udhayanidhi Stalin, seeking action against him for making disparaging remarks against Sanatana Dharma. If you remember, a few years ago, Stalin, a serving minister in the Tamil Nadu state government, while addressing not a press conference, I don't think it's a press conference, it was a convention which was intended to try and destroy Sanatana Dharma. There he said that Sanatana Dharma should be eradicated like you would eradicate dengue. These were his comments. I mean, this is available on tape. Everybody has seen that. And on that time, he was passing this comment. I think still the HR and CE Minister Shekhar Babu and another member, Peter Alphonse of DMK, were also present. So the FIR wanted to be, include all these three for passing these disparaged comments in Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said no. What exactly did the Supreme Court say? They said that we cannot entertain this application, but that doesn't mean that the case has been dismissed. The reason for that, I think, again, remember, I'm not a lawyer, is because, see, sometimes what happens is, let's say somebody loses at a lower court. What do they do? What do they do? They go to the next higher court. Then in that higher court, they'll go to a bench. Then they'll go to the even higher court. Again, if they lose there, they go to the higher bench. So I think somebody tried to short circuit the process and try to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. And when it's dismissed, then make a story that, aha, the Supreme Court did not find it worthy enough to be taken up as a case and therefore has dismissed it. The way I see it is, many cases against Udhayanidhi Stalin all over the country are still pending. Many cases. And these are lower courts. Those cases are still on. Those cases will rule. Like I said, somebody wanted to spread misinformation saying that, oh, Supreme Court has rejected it. You will see this thing in the next few hours as the DMK run media will take over and say, Udhayanidhi has been set free by the Supreme Court, completely forgetting that all the cases that are there at the lower level courts is still pending. So please don't jump to conclusions. Wait. These are all standard tactics. In fact, I remember there's this one Sharma guy who used to do this thing for Congress all the time, especially in the National Herald case. He used to go and put one frivolous petition which will be dismissed by the Supreme Court, and then immediately Congress ecosystem would claim victory, saying that the case against National Herald has been dismissed. It happened 2 or 3 times until people woke up to it. Now I think ML Sharma has not been allowed to file such petitions in the Supreme Court. You see, you get the idea, right? This is just to try and divert attention away from people to something that they would rather look at. Right now, the DMK has huge problem on its hands, especially Tiruppuram Gundram protest, the rape in Anna University, some of the ministers being allegedly included. The name, who is that Tsar in the recording, has still not been released. Now BJP has been teasing us, saying that we are going to release the name anytime now, and they give hints, and I am still curious as to who that Tsar is, S-A-A-R. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them. Elmo wants to know, don't we still have the Tada Act in Bharat? Why don't they book these disruptive elements? Elmo, these things keep coming and going. I think the Tada has been replaced by UAPA. And I'm not sure a statement like this, of course, he's a minister and he is the future chief minister of Tamil Nadu, assuming that, things, succession goes through smoothly. It is unbecoming of somebody of that post to make that kind of a comment. Try telling it to them. They are entertaining their audience, and this audience will put their vote after taking their due share, pound of flesh, if you will, 2,500, 10,000, 20,000 rupees per vote, and plus some biryani and whatever. So, and they go and throw it all away in task-mark the next day. This is your average voter in Tamil Nadu for you, and for them, they like these kinds of titillations. That's all I can tell you. Next, please. Rasheshwarnath Rana. But the same SC takes so motto of Hindu saints' comments. Rasheshwarnath, this is a very interesting question that you've posed. Yes, there is a sense of balance that sometimes gets questioned as to why something will be taken up so moto while something else will not be taken up so moto. I think in this case, the allegations are quite serious, because they have the proof right in front of them. And he has refused to apologize for his comment. I know what he will do. When he is finally on the mat in front of the court, he will issue an apology and he'll try to escape jail term. I am telling the honorable justices, whoever they are, not to allow this person to go scot-free. Don't do that, because that would be setting a terrible precedent. Next one, please. Rohit Akshay wants to know, can we file a fresh petition under Bharat Nyaya Act on Udhayanidhi? See, at the time he uttered this comment, the older laws were in existence. I think there is some amount of time that is there before which you need to file a case for, comments that could, endanger the religious harmony. I don't know. You have to check that. And if it is still there, I mean, if it is something that you can do it now, I would encourage somebody in public interest to go and do that. You have to find out. See, he uttered it sometime in 2022, if I remember correctly. So you have to go back and see how long that is valid, because there are some things where there is a lapse. It will lapse after some time. And if it is not in that window, by all means, yes. Next one. Look, remember, again, I'm not a lawyer. You need to do the legal part of the work to find out under exactly the right section. Even if you file under the wrong section, the case will get dismissed. So please be aware of that. You have to be very meticulous in your preparation for such things. Elmo wants to know, social media is a power tool. We need to spread the word. Please stress the importance of sharing. Absolutely, Elmo. I would love for all of you to please take this video, share this link in all your social media platforms. That's why I came in so early, so that the ecosystem will start working on saying that, oh, we won a major victory in Supreme Court. That kind of nonsense will be spread. I just want to make sure that you know the truth. And once you start distributing this, people will know that this is an out-of-step petition from what I see, okay? And that is why the Supreme Court refused to entertain it today. But once the lower courts rule, once every step of the lower courts is finished, then Supreme Court can take it up and act on it. Next one, please. Rasheshwarnath Rana, Shriji, any progress in your life with Bangla Journal in English? Because the current Bangladesh situation is sad. Yes, indeed, these things are getting real tight right now. Unfortunately, for those who are stuck there, we need to be a little bit patient. The money is drying up. The US aid money has been stopped. And as far as I know, even the money for Rohingyas has been stopped. But they are claiming otherwise. That is, the Muhammad Yunus government is claiming otherwise. Wait for a couple of days. Something is going to happen, I feel. Next. I think that's all the questions for now. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Look forward to hearing from you again. Namaskar.